This area is an accordion. You'll see that we have a plus sign that clicking expands to show information, and you can put a lot of information here or a small amount. I'll show you an example of a lot of information. Here is a tab that includes 2 paragraphs. We'll talk about these a little later. But within an accordion, we were able to also include paragraphs. So these are a nice feature, like I mentioned, to put in quite a lot of information, but keep it confined to a smaller space. That is what we will be our first paragraph for our site page. We will have a title. A lot of state agencies use accordions as frequently asked questions. That's what we'll do here. The view mode, we have 2 options for the way we present this information. I've shown you the accordion. Once we finish, we'll change this to tabs so we can take a look at what that appears, how that appears. We have the accordion. Moving in, when you're creating the tabs for your accordion, you'll want to understand that the tab title is the question if you're doing frequently asked questions, and then tab content would be your answer. In our case, we're going to go with some farmer questions. What crops are best in NC? And we will go with our answer of sweet potatoes. I don't know for sure if that is the best, but it is one of the biggest. So we have asked the question in the tab title, what crops are best in NC? And now our answer will show up in the tab content area. Moving in, you now have 2 options for adding paragraphs within your tab, within your accordion. The first type is a content paragraph. And this particular paragraph will show up sort of in the center of your accordion. We'll see that in a second. Your next option would be a sidebar paragraph. And this will show up to the right of any content that you have placed in the accordion. And those are demonstrated here. The content paragraph is shown as an NC map. In this case, you have other choices. And then the sidebar paragraph is shown as an event card. Again, it shows in the right side of the accordion tab, which allows you to still put other content. You don't necessarily have to use a card or a paragraph. You could just put text and then have your sidebar paragraph show. For our purposes, we will not add either of those. However, we will add a second tab because it would be a terrible practice to have a tab of 1. Moving past the paragraphs, we'll select Add Tab. Recalling that we have a question, and here's a pre-filled from what is waxy corn? And then I'm going to go with a cheeky answer. I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't wane. You get it? Wax and wane. Moving on. We have asked our question in the tab title. We have answered our question in the tab content. We've seen the content paragraph and sidebar paragraphs that we are not going to use. At this point, it's a good opportunity for us to save early and save often to take a look at our page so far. And our first paragraph of FAQs. We can expand our question, what crops are best in C, to see our answer, sweet potatoes. We can minimize and then maximize our second tab, which is, I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't wane. I'm sad attempt at a corny joke. I promised that I would show you something special about the FAQs in the accordion. You have the ability to change this feature to an accordion, or to tabs if you would like, without changing the content. I'm going to demonstrate that now. By going back into the admin area, editing the tabs accordion paragraph. In the view mode, I simply need to select tabs. I don't need to do anything further to the content. Resaving my item. You'll see that this has been changed now into a more horizontal presentation. Typically, tabs are used with very small titles. You will see these with A through L, N through maybe S, and then T through V. That is the best use of it. As you'll see, you wouldn't have a lot of room when you have very long titles. However, there are two things I wanted you to know about this. First was that you could easily switch between tabs and accordion, which is pretty neat. But I also wanted you to know that when viewed on a mobile phone, tabs will automatically be changed into accordions. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice that that's what happens to all of our text and images on a mobile phone. We have what I call this sort of stacking behavior that occurs. So in this way, your tabs show up better as an accordion. Just want you to know it's not an error if that happens. I encourage you to be the first to check, a page on a mobile phone, and maybe you get there and realize, wait, I have accordions and I made tabs. Now you'll know that that's not a mistake. It's actually to help the viewer see it better.